Coach, talk to us about this past weekend. Not the results you guys were looking for, but just what were your kind of overall thoughts? Now looking back on it a couple days later.
Yeah, I mean, we had 2 losses that, I think we could have fought a little bit harder in both of them. But I think the underlying issue was defense, which is what I've been working on all week. And I think that they've really committed to it in the gym, which is good to see, and should be better this week.
How hard this might arguably be maybe your toughest week. You play a home match on Thursday. You got to make that long trip to Ball State. I know it's only something you got to do once every other year, but it's a lot to ask from a team and from a staff. I mean, how hard is that to kind of get your team, kind of ready for that random crossover weekend?
Yeah, well, I think it's, there's added stress for these guys because they've got exams, 3, 4, 5 exams in a week as well. So they're working with all of that. But I think as student athletes and, as staff who are all former student athletes, time management's really been key for us. And they do a really good job with getting everything done before they get on the road. But it plays a part because it's a long trip, but I don't think we want to use it as an excuse.
Rachel, maybe talk to us about this past weekend and maybe some of the things that you guys did well earlier in the season that maybe you just didn't see this past weekend. What were some of the things that maybe you saw as a player?
I definitely think since we were traveling and everything like that, our energy was kind of down. We were all tired and kind of lagging from the bus ride and stuff like that for Ball State. And, we've been really good about defense this season, I think. That was a change. And we just didn't really see it this weekend.
How important is it to, kind of get back in the gym like you have been the last 2 days and get ready for what's going to be another tough road weekend?
It's so important. Like, we've already seen a change from this weekend. It's already snapped back to our normal stuff. I think this weekend's going to be great.
Do you see maybe the difference from last year to this year, your guys' ability to bounce back in the gym on practice every day?
Definitely, yeah. Sometimes it's important to not let the weekend that you just had affect the practice that you're going to have, because it's always going to get better.
Talk to us about your season a little bit. You've made the change. You started the year at right side. A little bit of a different role for you. How have you been able to adapt to that role?
Just practice. I mean, everything is opposite from where I started, so yeah, just really getting used to it.
Blair, can you talk to us about that transition to the right side and maybe how difficult it is and what you've seen from Rachel in the transition?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, all of your angles are different. And I think you hit outside today a couple times and you were like, wait, what is this? And it's hard because it is, you get so used to one thing. And I think what is so special about Rachel, she can hit from anywhere on the court. I mean, her athleticism allows her to do all of that. So we knew that she could kind of make that seamless transition for us, and I think she did a good job. She's been doing a good job.
Rachel touched on it a little bit, but talk to us about being able to kind of turn the page and not really. You want to look back because you want to correct the things that weren't working, but you don't want to let things spiral out of control. Talk to us about kind of being able to turn the page for this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, you have to learn from your mistakes, but then you also have to fix the problem before you play again in just a few short days. And this is another quick turnaround. So we played Saturday and then we play again on Thursday, which is a little bit different. You normally don't have 2 Thursdays in a row like that. So for them, I think it's just having a short memory and being able to train what we want to train, forgetting about last weekend, and just understanding that we need to come out with a lot more energy and a lot more focus this next couple.
This being your second go-around in the MAC, do you have more of a understanding of how difficult every match is, whether you're at home or whether you're on the road? I mean, especially this year, every team is bunched so close together. Do you have a better feeling for what conference play is like this year being a sophomore?
Yeah, definitely. I think last year I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know which teams were like the big teams. So this year I think we're focusing more on ourselves. Instead of the other teams, we're focusing on doing what we need to do. And I think that's really the big difference from last year. Last year we were like, oh, this school's really good. We got to do this, that, and that. But this year we're more focused on ourselves and, saying what we need to do on our side of the net to win the game.
I mean, I know there's only been 2 conference weekends, but have you ever have you ever seen a conference that's so kind of bunched together and just really so almost equal across the board?
Yeah, it's wide open right now. Yeah, that's what we all keep saying. Even the coaches, after we play, we're talking. We're like, well, this person won, and this person won, and then this person beat this person, and you never know what to expect. So I think for these guys, it just means you got to be ready all the time because anybody can step up on any given night.
This weekend you go to Miami and BG, two big matches. They're within your division.
Yep.
How important is it to go out there and get some road victories?
It's very important, and even more so now that everybody is beating everyone else. It's really, really close in the MAC, so I think we need to pick up wins where we can, and that only happens by us working hard.
As players, do you kind of look at records or what teams are doing? Does that help give you a little bit of confidence, or do you kind of, I know you talk about, do you kind of more just focus on your side of the net and the things you guys can do and then really just watch the film to kind of scout the team?
Yeah, we definitely look at records, it's just conversation. But we also focus on our record. Like we were saying, we're 2-2 in conference right now, so we're going into this weekend really positive about what we can do.
And Blair, just finally, what are the keys? What are the keys for your team to walk away with 2 victories?
I think just commitment to defense and being able to execute offensively. I think those were the 2 things that we struggled with a little bit this weekend. I thought that Ball State played really well on both sides of the ball. We let them hit 400. That's something we can't do. And I thought they played really good defense. They were good all around, and that's something that we want to see from us going into this week.
All right, thanks.